Guru Kripa Kevalam. Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Moji Baba ki Jai. How is the audio? Okay or no? It's okay. Last time when Shraddha was here, he said something very interesting actually. He said, Ananta, you say, if I look around, I don't find the person anywhere. This person gets all my belief. But if I look around, I don't see this person anywhere. But how come we can't say the same thing for God also? Because God also we don't find. If I look around, we also don't find God anywhere. And then she had a beautiful revelation. But let's start with this one. Now, all of us are supposed to be spiritual seekers. That's why we're here in Satsang. So if we are spiritual seekers, we must be seeking something. We must be seeking the self, or the truth, or God, Sadguru. So let's use these words synonymously for a bit. So if I tell you, Matthew, you go down to Indranagar and take the second left. You take the second left from there, just 300 meters in, you will find God. What will you do? Probably because I'm saying you might follow. But if somebody else told you, you say, what is this? Right? So whatever directions I can give you here, in this realm, in this perceptible realm, you know already that there is no such entity called God that you will find. Now we'll leave for that discussion for later whether everything that is perceptible is God anyway. We'll leave that for a bit. So at least we can start by admitting that anything that I find through my sensory object, sensory perception, I cannot claim that that is God. Why? Because it is not timeless, it is not unchanging. These are the attributes of the unchanging self or God. So then, if we can't find him there or her there, then where to find? So if it cannot give you directions, okay, go 20 miles north, then 30 miles east, and there is God there. If you can't find an object like that, and you already know that I've searched and searched everywhere, but God or the self is not to be found in that way. So then how do we answer Shraddha's question? Yes, I admit I can find no person, but I also can find no God. So all this sensory perception is gone. We can break it down and we can say, okay, now go to your mind and find a favorite thought. Wait for one glorious thought to come. And that thought is God. But you will say, but even this thought comes and goes. It is not the unchanging, ever present. So this thought can't be it. Then I say, okay, go to your imagination and paint a very beautiful image of God. And that is God. Then also you'll say, but My attention goes on other things, and this is just a visual. You see, this is constantly changing. Is it? This is also not God. And I say, go to your memory and find in the past something that you find over there, which is God. And you can look at all your memories, all experiences, but you cannot find anything which is unchanging. You see? They are just from the past. So we looked at this world, we haven't yet looked at the body. If I said, in your big toe there is God, but it's not in your little toe, just in your big toe, there is God. I say, what is this? This God must be everywhere. That's what we've been told. Must be ever present. What do you mean, this part of the body or that part of the body? Or only this body? That also doesn't make sense. Then you looked at your thoughts, you looked at memories, you looked at imagination. Then I tell you, okay, if you tell me what is 578 into 765, in this moment you find God. The answer is God. Or like 42 is God, or something like that. What is that? So you can't reason your way to God. You cannot use your intellect. You cannot compute your way to God. So we're done with the world, done with the body, done with this mind, we're done with the intellect. Where is God to be found? What is left for you to go? At some point, we have to stop playing this game because God is not to be found in these things, any of these layers of our existence. We have not found this self, Sadguru, or God. But is there something left or not? There's some place left which we haven't looked yet in this exercise. We looked at the world, we looked at the body, we looked at our thoughts, we looked at memories, we looked at imagination, we looked at our intellect. Anything left? Nothing left? And many, many bodies, many, many worlds, many, many realms of experience we have experienced. Many states we have experienced. But not contained in any of these experiences, any of these states, is the unchanging, the timeless one. Now we have to look in another direction. We have to look in the direction of the looking itself. Who is there? What is the source of this perceiving itself? As you start looking in this way, you come to this point where you recognize this beautiful being, your very presence, which is not saying I am. I am is a representation for its very existence. That is why when I told Shraddha that, yes, I can show you God, but you have to try and stop being. And in a moment, you can have this revelation that this that is not a person, is not an entity, is not involved in time and space. It is the very light, the light of consciousness from which then all these appearances, like waves, come and play and recede back into. Your very being, your very existence is that which you have been searching for. It is your timeless presence, unborn, undying. And this is why the sages have said that we've looked and we've looked everywhere, but within ourselves we have not looked. We went from place to place, from satsang to satsang. But where is this God to be found? When you start looking within, When you find this consciousness, which you can never lose, and don't have this misunderstanding that when you're looking inside your body. If you were to look inside the physical body, you will find only flesh and blood. You have the capacity to look within yourself, which is much beyond this body. The body is just another appearance, which will come and go. You look within yourself. Allow your mind and intellect to completely submerge in this being. There is nothing left to understand now, nothing left to know, nothing to resolve, nothing to fix. And yet there is no aversion to the activities of the world. This body and the world can continue. As my master says, leave this existence, the existence of all of this to existence itself. Nothing was ever lost. Nothing is being found. All these notions now serve no purpose. All egotism, selfishness, let it go. Everything is taken care of. Now for some of you, you will naturally just rest here in your unlimited being. Nothing is missing. All is done. But for some, you will have this intuitive insight that I am aware even of this being. That this awareness remains untouched. Even in the coming and going of the waking state or any state, any experience. And as you see yourself without qualities, without shape or size, beyond perception, then this world only becomes a play or movie, a set of changing images. No image here can hurt you, can touch you. Vidya says the point of looking within creates great confusion. What is the reference for within and without? The body is kept aside. Please do so. Yes. I was saying look in the direction of where the looking itself is coming from. You see? And this might cause some confusion. This is admitted. In fact, it might even cause frustration because it is not something that the mind can do or fathom or grasp. The mind cannot have a concept of this. You cannot have a meaning for this. Yet, if it is followed with the innocence of a child, not trying to fathom it, not trying to even follow it, just open, go to the source of your very perception, go to the essence of your existence. These words are doing the work for you. You don't have to apply them. They are already atomic in their nature. Where does looking come from? Where does existence arise? What were you before you woke up this morning? Don't worry about any of the frustrations that come. They must also come and release themselves. Because as you give up on this search in a phenomenal way, the idea that the unchanging can be found as a phenomenal object, there's bound to be a lot of resistance from the mind. There's bound to be a lot of questioning, doubting. Let it come and let it go. Okay, we can make a deal. You stop looking for the truth in phenomenal objects, I will do the rest. Stop looking for answers, solutions, truth, self, God, and objects which will come and go. In everything that comes and goes, don't expect to find anything. The rest of it I will do. Yes? You realize what all you've given up now, isn't it? You've given up on the idea of me, the idea of mind, the idea of world, body, of mind. All that is phenomenal. Don't make any distinctions about anything at all. And I will remove the distinction between phenomenal and non-phenomenal. Forget about time, of space, of next and past. Just in case it's feeling like or sounding like you have lots of homework to do, know that in this moment all of this is done. In this moment all that is needed is done. You are in the presence of your own existence, of your own being. Which is the most enlightened being, the only one, in fact. All the manifest sages have been just a manifestation of your own Atma, of your own being. It's off, you know, think of a bit. Mind might come and say, so now what? What then? But remember, he said, you're going to forget about all phenomenal things. And time is also phenomenal, so forget about next. Even if it feels a bit, yeah, you're just the patient with withdrawal symptoms on the bed, not the rehab. You need to know, you need to project into the future, you need to understand. I've so far been personal, I've so far been individualistic. If you allow this addiction to pass through you, you will come to a deeper knowing, a deeper understanding. It is not limited by the rules of time and space, the laws of physics, what can be and what cannot be. And very importantly, throw away their ideas of self-righteousness. Because all our selfishness actually is hidden behind these ideas of self-righteousness. What do you feel you're right about? Forget about it. Because it has nothing to do with the real you. It is all part of the make-believe character. We use these ideas to bring color to this non-existent character that we call the ego, the person. Don't be afraid to live naked for some time without these concepts. They have not shielded you from anything anyway. Become defenseless, become notionless. I'll give you a money back guarantee. You become defenseless for a week, motionless for a week, and if it doesn't work out for you, I guarantee you I'll give all your emotions back. Full refund if you want. I'm just making light of it. Actually, what will happen for most of us is that some notions will still come, they will get belief, we will identify, and then we will recognize that even this is causing nothing but misery, but suffering. So we will throw it away. But at least as we play these games, something is getting imbibed in you. That these ideas that I buy from my mind are not in service to my reality. When you move from a small s selfishness to a big S selfishness. You want to wait to ask questions? Oh, that is fast.
Um, Is there some kind of balance to be made around, like as you said, just remain defenseless, and I can see the value in that, in losing this kind of sense of self-righteousness.
Yes.
Is it worth even being defenseless, at any cost to the ego? And sometimes, for example, there are things that just aren't right. They are like, there are things that are, if you're being hard done by, or something, it's like
If you've been
hard done by.
Hard done by. Yes.
And there's obviously self-righteousness in that also. But sometimes there is, sometimes things just aren't right in a certain way. So what is the, if you remain defenseless, it feels like then you just let everything slide. Like, you still see the value in that. And so perhaps it becomes your flow.
Yes. That's why it's important. Very good, you brought this up, that I'm not talking about the activities of the body, or which words you might be speaking, or what actions are coming or emerging. I'm speaking of the neutrality of your inner space. Because you remain neutral in that, then you will find that there is no reason to take a position, because whatever has to unfold from this body will unfold anyway. If you find that there is something quote unquote wrong in this phenomenal world, then the body might respond to it in its own natural way. Just like how does the body fight infection? If some germs are attacking the body, automatically some reaction comes. Some, what do you call, antibodies, and these things, they automatically come, isn't it? Okay? Now suppose you had this idea that you had to do all of that. You're saying, antibodies, go, immune system, on. You don't have to do that. Okay? Something naturally gives a so-called balance in this world. Okay? This yin and yang automatically are in a flow. Okay? So you'll find that, in fact, what might happen, but you don't have to predict this. What might happen for some of you is that as you come to this place of neutrality, you might find your mouth saying things which are stronger than you ever said in the past. Who is this guy? Is it? So something becomes unburdened. So some might become just completely quiet, and some might become very missionary almost. Some might become very uh, trying to help this phenomenal world. So I'm not predicting or trying to give you an approach as to how to live the life of this body. I'm saying let that be lived by this holy presence which is already there. But don't pick up the idea that there is somebody here that can do individually, that can do any of this. So all that you can seemingly do is let go of any individualistic notions about yourself. So coming to defenselessness or dropping self-righteousness is an inner attitude that I'm talking about. And there's great value in that. That's why I give you money back guarantee. Beloved Father, at times it seems that during negotiations one must take a stand. Is this selfish? In my case, it seems like all of this is coming from a space where there is no conflict. It could seem to the other party that you are being unreasonable, but that's just not the case. Wish to work as per your guidance. This is what I was just answering. In your inner attitude, you remain neutral. So this is what all of us know. We can smell it. We can just smell it, where something is coming from. So we can sense, we can smell and see where what is at the root of all of this, and find just spaciousness, openness there, then no trouble. But if you find a sense of, no, I am right, no, this one is wrong, is it? Then I can tell you that there is actually no such thing. Like Guruji says, nothing in the world has inherent meaning. It's a very powerful line. Nothing in the world has inherent meaning by itself. It is what we choose to label it as, what we choose to uh, put on it, impose upon it. So there is nothing inherently good or bad, right or wrong, even left or right, up or down. These are meanings that we have given to the world. All these things are just not there. We have made a particular reference point about ourselves. Mhm. That's why some of these movies are fun. The Americans make these kind of movies where they switch bodies. Like the father becomes the son and the son becomes the father. And suddenly, at the end of the movie, not suddenly, they go through a lot of fun journey. And in the end, they get a better understanding. You see, because the reference point changes. And you suddenly like, oh, this was a switch. So Guruji also says sometimes like this, look through as if you're looking from the other person's perspective. What do you find there? So all these are just tips and tricks to see whether we're coming from a place of notionlessness or we're still making a reference point that I am this one and you are this one. Also, don't know what you're going to do. Is it? Don't know what you're going to do because you truly don't. So what it means is that don't pretend to know what you're going to do. Don't know actually anything at all. Don't know anything at all. Inwardly, be empty of all of this. Even if outwardly you're in the midst of a big business negotiation, the very same intelligence which is playing with this world, the very same intelligence that has come up with all of this light, sound, gravity, memory, imagination, attention, belief, all of these forces are here. So that very intelligence is running this life. All I'm advising all of you to do is drop all distinctions. And then whatever happens in the play of this world, whatever happened in the movie is what happened in the movie. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Guru Srimati Baba ki jai.
Sadhguru Shri Ananta Ji ki jai.
Guru Kripa ke balam. But,